All right, greetings, everybody. Greetings. Let's see if we can get some light up in this joint, man. I trust that y'all are doing great. It's a great Sunday evening, but it's a great and it's a not so great evening, man. I mean, I tell you, saw some material circulating within the last few hours. That is just, it makes you irks. But anyhow, greetings and peace profound. Positive vibrations and positive sounds. I greet you well, everybody. Welcome. Annette Allen, how are ya? Trust that y'all are doing well. Shanette McGrath, big up yourself. Joan Paul, Sharon Bailey. Lillian, what's going on with you? Trust that y'all are doing well. Janice Blake, what's up? Share the program. Tell a friend, tweet a friend. Desperado. A good friend call it desperation on steroids. It's getting desperate, folks. It's getting really desperate out there. And if ever there's a time that we have to be very concerned about politics in Jamaica is now. You know, we can argue with politics all we want, and we can banter and we can throw political jabs at each other. But, it gets serious when we start to dive into some personal attack, It gets serious when it gets to that stage. Oh boy, I don't know. It gets serious. And bear with me there for a moment, folks. I'm just trying to get a few things here in order so we can have a discussion on some of the stuff that we're seeing out there. It's desperation time without even being in a political campaign. And the argument I'm saying and the point I'm making is, if it gets so desperate at this stage, do I really want to participate in any election campaign? I doubt that very well. It makes you want to rethink whether or not you want to be a part of any political campaign where the level of desperation is where it's at. Because it seemed to me that not just gloves are off. It seemed to me like this is more. The bottom line is, folks, it's getting dangerous out there, and I don't know if I have it in me to caution anybody, but I can tell you, hold on there, folks. Yeah, all right. Yeah, it's getting serious. And when you hear I'm telling you that, good night, Jennifer. How are you? Devon McLennan, big up yourself. It's getting desperate. And I saw some things being circulated, and I'm wondering if I really and truly need to share them, because if it is so scary to share these things, the political platform, everybody knows that the PNP is gearing up for their annual conference, and as such, they're going to be having several meetings across the country. Meetings, of course, we all know we're a heavily politicized country, and when you have these meetings, you're going to have lots of talk and, bantering and political jobs here and there. But to the level that it's at now, it makes me wonder. It makes me wonder how much lower can the bar go. And I say that with no fear of contradiction. Can we get any lower than we are now? Not so sure. I strongly believe that we're at an all-time low in terms of where we are. The big discussion out there is the amendments to the Constitution, to a section of the Constitution to facilitate the increase in retirement age for the office of the DPP and the office of the Auditor General Department as well. So 2 offices. This amendment will affect 2 offices, Office of the DPP and Office of the ODP. It is quite clear that there is something happening where the PNP is in a fight re the DPP. There's 2 offices that this adjustment or this amendments to the Constitution affects 2 offices. But yet you find that the discussion and the discourse and the anger from the PNP is towards the office of the DPP. And you wonder why, eh? So that is why we're having this back and forth all over social media and traditional media, is because there is some issue with they don't have a problem with the Auditor General Department being affected or being the retirement age increased. There's no issue there. The big issue seemed to be with the Attorney General. Sorry, not the Attorney General, the DPP. The Auditor General, of course, Auditor General Office deals with a lot of stuff that has implications similar. They can prefer charges just the same, or recommend for charges or prosecution on various issues. They have done so in the past. And then it begs the question why there's this attack. And this attack is not just a verbal attack anymore. It is now coming down to be personal attack. When I say personal attack, I mean, folks, it's getting really personal, like personal, you know. And this attack is towards the DPP, you know. I really and truly don't even want to put this thing up on the screen. I'm hesitant to play it. I don't want to promote it. But it's a part of the hustle and bustle of the political space. And, you know, as despicable as it is, we will have to share it. Because Jamaican people must know who and what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a set of desperate people who will actually stop at nothing. They'll stop at nothing when it comes to dealing with the issue of getting elected. They will stop at nothing. And that is what it says there. That's a post on someone's TikTok page where the good gentleman over there, Mr. Andre Stevens, we have to give credit to his platform. Apparently, he was having an interview with Isaac Buchanan, and here how that exchange went. It's important that you all listen to it, and you can draw your own conclusion. But let's run the tape.
Yes. Cardle says Paula must go.
Our really a go on down at the Justice Square. Our kind of bangarang a go on at Justice Square. Me never know that the Justice Square turn one market, a fish vendor. Hello, wait. Bitch! Put up the face on the screen. Put up the big market vendor them on the screen. The big dirty careless market who are going in at the DPP office.
While you're doing that, I wanted to take this opportunity to use a famous quote from Vybz Kartel. I don't know how his name end up in letter.
We are not answered.
No, let me start with the quote. I want to give the quote. The song is called Menace to Society. It is a poetic rendition that has Shakespearean marvel. And in the second verse, he says, speaking of cocky, yo Paula, go suck a dick. That is a verse from Vybz Kartel. And I'm sure he's saying that right now. You can get that song on iTunes. Menace to Society. Would you like me to repeat it? Stanza 2.
Yeah, I don't know Vybz Kartel song.
Yeah, I don't think I want to repeat it. I think most of you would have gotten that already, yeah? That's the level we have descended to. Even without the calling of a general election or a local government election, that's the level we have descended to. Very unfortunate, but I had to play it. Very unfortunate, but I had to play it. That's the level of desperation, and that's the level that we have gone to know, where whether you like them or not, these are people who would have sacrificed and would have given a lot to Jamaica to help us to maintain our democracy. And whether you want to be PNP leaning or JLP leaning, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You know, Portia Simpson Miller has been, and God bless her, Portia Simpson Miller has been the leader of the PNP. And I cannot recall, not once, have I ever gone on a public platform or in any discussion at all where I disrespect Portia Simpson Miller. I wouldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to doing it. Because Portia, whether we like her or not, as a female, she would have rise to the highest office, or one of the highest office in this country. And for that, we have to give her credit. That's one. Two, she's a female. And as somebody who have utmost respect for females, I would never do that. Wouldn't find myself to that level. I want to hear people who are learned, they're very well trained, they're at the highest level academics in this country, attorney at law, practicing attorney at law, when you hear them allow themselves to go down to that level, it begs to question, you know? If we wonder sometimes why we allow politics. Isaac Buchanan and I, we don't see eye to eye politically. But me never believe me to God, I was never expecting him to go that low. I expect him to be robust in his politics and robust in his legal representation. But to descend to that level, that one shocked me. That one shocked me. That one shocked me. That one, I don't know. I was not expecting, I would not expect the gentleman to be at that level. I honestly, nah. I mean, that's low. And when I say low, I mean, that's really low, you know? To be attacking the lady the way they have been doing is really it's really sad, folks. But share the program, tell a friend that we're live. I don't know. I wonder if I can get Minister Vaz to. I wonder Mr. Vaz can jump on here and give us his perspective on what's happening. Because he was not spared in this race to the bottom of the PNP. He was also. And while some people are looking around and smiling and laughing, it is today for me, tomorrow for you. These guys will stop at nothing. It's no holds bar for them. They are in the trenches and they're going to drag everybody down there with them. That is why it is important. I'm telling you, when you find people as desperate as these guys are, it is a cause for concern. You have to start worry. What is it? What is it about governance in Jamaica? Why one could be so desperate at this time? We need to start look. We need to start think. What could cause that level of desperation that you would have gone to such low level with a personal attack on not just a female DPP, but one who have done exceptionally well for this country, if you ask me. I want to get some explanation as to what this whole, I want to bring somebody, I want to find somebody here who, I mean, I don't want to explain it. I think I have a pretty good understanding, but I want one of the legal minds to come and explain what is really happening where this is concerned. Let me see if I can get somebody on here, because it would be interesting to get one of these learned gentlemen, or one of these learned females to join us and to give us an understanding as to what's really happening. Let's see if we can get one of our learned friends to come on and explain this thing to us. Let me find out. Yeah. But this folks, I mean, you can't make these things up, you know. Kevin, Chris Banton, Rick, Angela, Clifford, Paulette. You can't make these things up. You can't. You cannot make these things up. I mean, what could have... I mean, come on, man. First of all, you attack the Prime Minister, the JLP government. And, you know, if the PNP was out there, if the PNP was out there dealing with politics and trying to, you know, deal with the affairs of the country and how the country was running and the policies that they have and presenting to the Jamaican people the alternative to the current governance structure that we have and some of the policies that we are pursuing now and what is it that they would bring to the table. Had the PNP championed that cause, I would be with them. I would understand them. I could appreciate them. But how do you now channel the conversation down that path of personal attack, disrespect? The country of good people, they are saying, is governed by dregs. And we must just leave those hanging there. And you must do nothing at all about it. You must say nothing about it. No, man. No. We are hoping that the General Legal Council will seriously look at what ISAT has said, because we don't want those type of people in our courthouses, you know. We want people of high standard, young people nowadays who are getting involved and who wants to become attorney, we look to. But the level of desperation and disrespect that is being shown by ISAT and the party's general secretary is at an all-time low. I never thought that we would have descended to that level. This is a real body blow to our political space. I mean, and ISAT is saying that he's quoting from a Vybz Kartel song. But even if you are, man, I mean, come on, man. You don't go to some Mr. Buchanan, man. No, man. You don't go to some star. Play your politics, man, and fight your legal battles, man. And show class. Win cases. Represent people. But don't allow the political climate to drag your brethren. You can play your politics, you know. But you can still maintain the quorum. You can still maintain a level that persons, whether on the GLP or PNP side, can have some level of respect and appreciation for you. But the truth is, brother, I don't know if I could have carried any respect for one who deal with our people. I mean, boy, it's sad. But I want our legal minds to join us. You know what I mean? The link is in the chat right there. The StreamYard link. If you so desire and you want to give us a link, you want to come through and explain to us what's happening. We're trying to get Miss Janice Golding. I'd love to have her on. We can't get a hold of Mr. Abka Fitzhenley. What? Nobody not coming? What's going on? Let's see if we can get Abka on. But it would be good to get someone on to explain what is really happening, where this bill that is being passed, that has been passed in the Senate, what is it really about, and how it will impact the office of the DPP and the office of the OGP as well. Right? It will be interesting. The Jamaica Bar Association also issued a press release earlier today. I think they were talking about the way in which the bill was passed and all that good stuff. I didn't have a chance to read it in its entirety. But we are also hoping that the Bar Association will quick to condemn the behavior of one of their members, as much as they were concerned about the bill that was passed in Parliament. I am seriously hoping that they will address the issue of ISAT as quickly as they address the issue of the Paula Llewellyn matter. You know what is so funny is that we have narrowed this down to Paula Llewellyn. And the truth is, my understanding is that moving of the age, the retirement age of those two offices is not an automatic extension to their tenure. That's my understanding. It's not. They can retire whenever they want to. And for them to actually go beyond the time, it would have been on their merit. They would have to request that. So this is not an automatic extension. Boy, I tell you, this is getting really dicey. It's getting really, really dicey. It's getting dicey, I can tell you. Oh boy. But yet it has moved from just a discussion for both offices, and it is now a discussion on the Auditor General and the DPP. It has moved. By the way, folks, share the program. We're trying to get one of these guys on to see if they can explain to us what's really happening. How this bill is going to affect us as a country as we move forward. Amy, how you doing? To music. What's going on, brother? Just hang tight, folks. Let's see who we can find. We're going to take a quick break, no more than a few seconds, and we're going to come right back and let's see who we can bring on to shed some light and provide some clarity where this is concerned. Stick and stay. We're coming right back.
It's time to come back. Back to adventurous. Being curious. Spontaneous. Back to where it all began. Dare to be bold. To be fantastic. Come back to the vibe that comes alive in Jamaica. It's time to come back. Back to adventurous. Being curious. Spontaneous. Back to where it all began. Dare to be bold. To be fantastic. Come back to the vibe that comes alive in Jamaica.
All right, so welcome back, everybody. So we're trying to get one of our experts to come on and shed some light and give us some clarity on this thing. But one of the things that we must discuss also, folks, is you have other offices that will be impacted. The AG will be impacted on this move, and the DPP. So the AGP and the DPP, both offices are the two that this amendment will affect. It will impact those two offices. Pamela Monroe Ellis, Auditor General, and the Department of Public Prosecution, Paula Llewellyn. What we're not hearing in the discussion out there in the space is a call for Pamela Monroe Ellis to go home and to, all the level of disrespect and all. We don't hear that coming. You don't hear that out there at all. And that is the $63,000 question. Why you wouldn't have the same level of discontent for both offices if the amendment affect both? There's another issue with the Miss Kathy Pike, the senior prosecutor in the office of the DPP. She wrote a damning letter if you ask me, apparently soliciting others in the office to sign same, asking for a no confidence to be moved against the DPP. The DPP, in our own words, what we call clap back and sort of set the record straight where that is concerned. She said, no way, Jose. That's not how it went. And she also gave a report on the sequence of events in the office, where she highlighted Kathy's performance. As you all know, Kathy Pike acted as DPP over in Montserrat, and she resigned. There is some argument out there suggesting that she was forcibly removed, but she resigned and came back to Jamaica and was engaged again by our local DPP on a contractual basis. Had issues with her performance in Montserrat as well. Seemed like herself and the local DPP here could not get along. And not just the DPP, but it seemed to me like there were others in the office who had issues with her behavior, quote unquote. I don't work there, so I don't know. So that spilled over into the public space. And it seemed to me like come Monday morning, I would love to be the security at the gate to see if Miss Kathy Pike is going to show up for work. And to see how the HR department, I gather, would have referred the matter further up for it to be adjudicated. But if there's such a stalemate between the head of the DPP and senior prosecutor there, Kathy Pike, based on what we saw written and signed off by Paula Llewellyn, it seemed to me like this is a situation that is untenable. It doesn't seem to me like this is anywhere near something that could be brought back together. It seemed to me like this is gone for good. It says that Kathy Pike uses the letterhead of the DPP, after the DPP letterhead, around the time when Paula Llewellyn warned against such authorized use. The You remember when Dirk Harris used that same letterhead? Read the firearms license convicted person. You remember that time when Dirk Harrison used it, and Paula Llewellyn came out and said that's a misuse of the letterhead, which I think Dirk Harrison agreed. Folks, if you don't have strong leadership in these institutions that are supposed to guard and protect our democracy, we're going to be in trouble. If we have people in these institutions that are motivated and influenced by political hacks, we're going to be in trouble. The Integrity Commission is a clear example of what we're talking about. It is playing out right in front of our eyes. The political interference and political operatives that work within the Integrity Commission. That is something that is untenable too. That is something that we cannot continue to support. And it seemed to me that there are political motives in how these persons are operating, and they are coming together and grouping up against Paula Llewellyn. You know, let me just say this, because I have seen a couple of public prosecutions before. I've seen quite a few of them before, from Glenn Andrade, come all the way down. And this DPP, and it's so funny because if you were to think that she was leaning towards members of the JLP or whatever, you'd be so wrong. Because it's the same DPP who ruled